And my personal question to you is, why not you? You've got the brains, you can make decisions, you can study the plan, you can change your life, you can grow immensely in the next few years, you can make your dreams come true. Why not you?
Well, you know, I was just a normal kid growing up and fights would happen. But for me, it stuck in my head, what way should I have moved there? So I went from gym to gym, kickboxing, boxing, grappling, wrestling, just ultimately trying to learn different ways the body could move to attack and to defend. And then it becomes an obsession, and before you know it, you're headlining in football stadiums, just like that. So what else am I going to do? I don't really want to do anything else. I don't want to get a job. I don't want to have to get up and I don't want to listen to a boss or do all that, you know. So this is an option for me. So I stuck with it, and John encouraged it. John believed in me and made me believe in myself that we could go and do this. But before us, there was no other Irishman. So it was still just a dream for us. But this is what you need to do. We need to show up here. We need to put in more hours than everybody. It needs to be every single second of your life. There cannot be no outside. Anytime I was in the gym, I was happy. You know, whatever's going on in my life, good or bad. One thing about martial arts, people can say this fight game is dangerous and it's brutal, but my mind is strong. I'm fit in body and mind. I'm securing my family's future here. I want my mum and dad to retire and live comfortable now, you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing it for my family's security, so they don't have to do absolutely nothing or answer to nobody. I always knew I only need one chance. I always felt I was better than everybody. I always felt all I needed was to get in there once. Just give me one shot and I'll take it home. I'll steal it every time. And then so when I got the call, I knew I wasn't hanging around. I was going to call out everyone in the division. I was going to make my way up to the top as fast as possible, because I felt I was ready. You sleep on a win and you'll wake up with a loss. So I just carry on. Keep doing what I'm doing. I'm smarter than I look. I will not stay in the fight. It's a dangerous business. Get in, get rich, get out. I already feel like I'm living it. And then I just carry on doing that, you know, carry on day by day, already living the final goal, the goal of being the world champion. I already carry myself like I'm a world champion. I already speak like I'm a world champion.
Are you the best footballer in the world right now?
I think so, yes. In my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what the people are thinking, what they say. In my mind, not just this year, but always, I'm always the best. I'm always going to say that, because I think we have to thinking we are the best in our area. So in my area, I think I'm the best. I think the numbers, they say everything. I don't need to say, I'm a minister of football, I'm a legend. The numbers say everything. So I'm very comfortable.
You know, basketball for me was the most important thing. So everything I saw, whether it was TV shows, whether it was books I read, people I talked to, everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft.
So the goal was to be the first one at breakfast. So I set my alarm. I make sure I'm up by sunrise. I get out of bed, I put on my gear, and I head downstairs. But when I get there, Kobe's already there with ice packs on his knees, drenched in sweat. Now, it took me a minute to figure it out, but this guy wasn't only awake before me. He had already worked out. He had just played in the finals days earlier. Meanwhile, I'd been off for months and I was still exhausted. What he had done that morning was incomprehensible to me. That dedication he had only days after falling short of an NBA championship. That taught me something I've never forgotten. Legends aren't defined by their successes. They're defined by how they bounce back from their failures.
We're not on this stage just because of talent or ability. We're up here because of 4 a.m. We're up here because of 2-a-days or 5-a-days. We're up here because we had a dream and let nothing stand in our way. If anything tried to bring us down, we used it to make us stronger. We were never satisfied, never finished, will never be retired. My high school English teacher, Mr. Fisk, he had this beautiful quote, and it read, "Rest at the end, not in the middle." And I took that to heart. I believe there's time for resting at the end, but for me, that time is not now, but I'm far from done. My next dream is to be honored one day for inspiring the next generation of athletes to have a dream, sacrifice for it, and never ever rest in the middle.
What's the cost? What's the sacrifice of being this good for that long? You know, what do people not see that you're doing?
Life is a box of surprises and it's hard, you know. It's not easy, you know, to be in this level and still push and still motivate to carry on, you know, to score goals, to be in a good shape, to compete with the young lions. They coming, and when they play against me, they want to show me that they are stronger than me and faster than me. You have to prepare very well, not in terms of physically, but mentally too. I think it's very hard, but in the same way, it's a challenge, you know, because as you can see, if you treat good your body, you can maintain so many years. And
do you ever wake up and you're saying, I don't want to do it today? What do you do to overcome that?
I fight against my mind. Yes, sometimes it's happened. We are all human beings. We are not happy every day. I fight against that. You know, it's the big challenge. It's when you're not willing to do something, but you have to do it. This is the main point. This is why I say our mind, it's a box of surprises, and you have to challenge yourself to be consistent. I repeat, sometimes it's hard. It's what many people say, you like to go to the gym every day. Of course, no. It's not true. Nobody likes to go to the gym every day. But you have to do it. Yeah, you have to practice. But
the routine of it, everything.
Routine, because even in the training I do it. Yeah. I don't do it only in a game. I do it even in a training. So, because it's a habit. When you do it, so many things, one thing, you become a habit. So, this is what I try to do it every time.
I had to learn self-love. You know, no, I don't care how great you are, how much you succeed. Without self-love, you're nothing. Because self-love is discipline. You're nothing without discipline. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%.
I mean, discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. Yeah. I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner. That my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for every single day of my life. Maybe I destroyed the game. Or maybe you're just making excuses.